Journaling can be tricky, but it doesn't have to be. Hey guys, it's Abby and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am having a chat with one of my good friends and fellow business owners, Christine of Everyday Explorers Co., as we talk about Everyday Explorers Co., her products from planners to mini journals, and ways that you can document using these types of tools. Make sure to keep watching also at the end as I show you how I've been using my mini journals and how my current planner has been doing. Keep watching to know more about it. Hi. Hi, CH.
Hi, Abby.
Welcome to our little chat. Lol.
Yay.
So, I'm so excited for your new stuff. Can you tell us a bit about your brand first, like Everyday Explorer, how it started?
Well, we are a clear stamp and journal and sticker and crafty stuff company. It really came from my love for scrapbooking and seeing what was out there and kind of finding gaps in what was out there and what I wanted to use. So I'm a graphic designer, so I wanted to incorporate a lot of the things I was designing into the products that I was using for scrapbooking. So that's really where the brand came about. It's called Everyday Explorers because a lot of the scrapbooks that I used to make were travel themed, and I love traveling. So that's where I get most of my inspiration. I think that's where you get a lot of your inspiration too.
Yeah, we love travel, but we can't do that.
Sadly, no. Yeah. And now it's not just travel themed stuff, but it's really everyday journaling. The goal really of the line is to inspire people to document their everyday as if they're on a trip.
Yeah. So you also have the planners, right? What year is the planner on now?
Oh, this is the fourth planner that I've made. Yeah. In my past life, I used to work for a publishing company. And I used to design planners for this old magazine called Total Girl. And the planners are really my favorite kinds of projects, just because there's a start and an end, and you can design the week view, the month view. Anyway, those were my favorite kinds of projects. And so when I started my own brand, I knew that I wanted to make planners, but I just wasn't sure, do I try to market this and try to be the next Hobonichi? Not really.
Yeah.
So
I think in the to differentiate it, I guess like Hobonichi is very different versus the Let's Be Explorers one, because I feel like it has a more, I don't know, it has a bit more personality because it has your brand in it, and you have certain qualities of the planner, like you have the yearly intentions. Can you talk more about that? And the next 90 days, I really enjoyed that one.
Yay! Yeah. So I wanted to design my own planner, but I also wanted to include like goal setting pages, having quarterly check-ins. You're right, like it's less of a blank canvas like Hobonichi is, and there's a little more personality. But it's also very flexible depending on your personality. So there's enough space, I guess, design-wise, for you to add your own, I guess, twist to it. One of the main ways that I wanted to differentiate my planner too was to have space. Going back to the theme of documenting, to have space in the planner to do some kind of documenting, whether that's weekly or like spaces. I used to have little prompts in the planner for people to start journaling. And so, it's my fourth year, and the format has pretty much been the same, where it's undated, so you can start anytime. A lot of people I know use it as like, a creative projects planner. So like a side hustle planner. And there's enough space to do like quarterly goals, there are quarterly check-ins. It's kind of like the balance between goal setting and self-care / reflection, and then journaling.
Yeah. With that, you also released mini books, which I am generally very interested to use for the next year. So what drove you to do this kind of book? Because the planners, you've been doing it for 4 years now, and you also have the TN sized Explorer's Journal, but this mini book I feel has a lot of different aspects, like with the prompts per journal. So can you share with us your little story behind how that was?
Yeah, sure. So the mini books really started. It was like many of my products. They're born from me wanting to make something but not knowing where to start, and I found I was getting really overwhelmed with scrapbooking in terms of like all the materials I needed to start, and I found like, okay, what's the simplest form of this journal that I can start with?
Yeah.
So I would start like journaling in smaller notebooks, and I found that 4x6 is a pretty fun size. But I'm one of those people who gets scared by blank pages. So the three mini books that I just released, all of them have some sort of layout in it. So the list journal has lines that are enough for like top 5 lists. The story start journal has a space for prompts, and there's like a space for your date. One of my favorite ones is the mod journal, which is like a modular type.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what is a mod? And then I looked at it, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like a modular.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my hope really is that those layouts will spark the ideas and will serve as starting points to journal or to scrapbook, or even just to write notes, to have those little compartments, kind of like a starting point. So that's really the inspiration for that. And
so it's like for people who are just generally like, oh, you buy a journal that has a lot of pages and you're just, I don't know what to do with this. At least this one has, I really like the flap. Is that a flap? The packaging has all these prompts where you just, you don't have ideas. This one is your best friend. You can always like riff. It's like your little cheat sheet, I would say.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. People don't get those ideas just by seeing the product. So I need to kind of tell them about it, to inspire them to, like as a starting point. So I was like, oh, what if I include a little flap that will act both as the packaging and as like some prompts for them to start.
Yeah, so we love efficient packaging. Yeah. Lastly, I was able to, you gave me a copy of the Artist series by Katsi, designed by Katsi. I really love that. It's really, I love the illustration. So how did the Artist series come about? Was that like something you've always thought of doing? How did it start?
Well, I knew that in working with Paper Society, I know that there are a lot of really amazing Filipino artists and illustrators that I just wish would have a bigger audience. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it was a win-win because I wanted to tell people about Katsi's amazing work. She interned for me this summer for Everyday Explorers Co. She helped me out with some graphics, and I was like, I really love her work. I'd love to highlight her work for my audience. And at the same time, for me, it's like, this is good. Like, I have another product that, because I can't illustrate, like, I can just get someone else who can do a much better job, and I can highlight her work in the process. And that really became the starting point for, hey, I want to turn this into a series where I can invite other Filipino artists and get their work in front of my audience, which is mostly crafters and scrapbookers. So get traditional illustrators and artists and bring their work in front of my audience. That way, my audience loves stickers and cards, and win-win, right? So that's really where, and I hope in 2021, I hope to come out with more of the Artist series.
Yeah, I really also noticed, like, for the Artist series, the colors are also very similar to Everyday Explorers, which I think is a really cool thing to sort of associate also with the brand without, veering too much away, I feel.
Yeah, I really started the series with Katsi's work because her work really fit well into the aesthetic of Everyday Explorers. So I think moving forward too, I will be choosing artists that I feel match my brand, which is like positive and female focused and all that. So
thanks CH for sticking around, and you can check out her work. We'll put all the links down in the description.
Yeah. Thanks, Abby. Bye. Bye.
As promised, this is a peek into my Let's Be Explorers 2021 Undated Planner. Make sure to watch the Plan With Me video that I will link down below so that you know more of the context behind why I'm using this planner and what's in it. So I haven't really wrote down a lot of things, but I do have my yearly intentions, my yearly goals. This is my vision board page for the first quarter. And then I also wrote down my intentions and the next 90 days, as well as started to, break down every quarter like what I have to do. And I always have to revisit these pages to know whether I'm actually doing the work. And also, this is a monthly overview of my content calendar for YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram. That way I sort of have like a visual showcase of what I have to finish, although some of these are actually on my Notion app as well. And fun fact, for some reason I skipped this page, so now I'm working towards writing the last week of January here. But for context, here are some of the ones that I've been working on. This was during the end of December leading to January. And it's not really heavily decorated, so my goal for the next month is really to add more designs to it. I feel like it became like a literal visual. It lacks a lot of. I think it lacks a lot of visual graphics and like stamps and stuff. I found it too serious, so I tried to play around with it, and hopefully for the next month I'd be able to do that more often. I also lined the full planner with index stickers. These are from Traveler's Factory because I just wanted to see all the months at a glance there. So yeah, this is my planner. Next up, we have the mod journal. I will just show you what I started to work on with this. Ideally, I wanted it to be like a small business and creators mini book, but also I decided to play around with the different prompts and ideas that I came up with given this like grid boxy layout, mod layout rather. So I started to write down some of my favorite small businesses and shops. So this is a little spread on that. Small businesses that I personally support, and I also did that for the next month. So this one has this vintagey naturey themed one, and then this one has like a sort of holiday bright color primary color thing going on, although green is not primary color, so I guess like a holiday theme going on. And then these were from November, December, and then moving to January this month, I decided to like make an inventory of all the washi tapes I produced because I wanted also to figure out what designs I want to make next. If you have suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. And I found this such a great layout for that because then I can fit in like 3 roll designs and then explain each of them in all parts, and I maximized basically the whole spread for this, which was really cool. So you can do something like a washi sampler page for the mini books because I feel like it fits so well with this mod layout, as well as this one, which I particularly enjoy. This is a pen swatches spread, which I also sent to Christine for her to share online. So I used all of my pens and sort of did a pen test here. So every time I need to look at my inks and what color it does produce when written on paper like this, I'll be able to refer to this page. And I'm happy to say that this paper is fountain pen friendly because my fountain pens pretty much survived and didn't ghost on the opposite page. I think the only one that ghosted was the Faber-Castell ones, the ones with glitter text liners. I kind of feel like they're kind of strong. So yeah, I still am figuring out ways on how to maximize this layout. So I think I'm still gonna go back to like the small business spotlight, but I also want to experiment on adding photos here, so you can add photos from portrait to landscape to square and like write little captions, and I think this is such a great medium for that. I personally haven't used the other journals. I do have my list journal, but it's still a work in progress, so hopefully I'll get to show you guys a tour of that soon. So that is it for this video. I hope you learned a lot from my discussion with CH as we geeked out on planning, journaling, and all things documenting. Let me know which ones you'd like to try in the comments down below. And as always, all the links will be available in the description down below. Thanks again to Christine for coming over and chatting with me on journaling, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. And don't forget to always be creating and never stop learning. Bye!